What would happen if the most important prophecies of our time were being revealed now, precisely at the moment when the world seems to be at its most turbulent? For over 40 years, the Virgin Mary in Medjugorje has insisted on a message of urgency for humanity, warning of the crucial need for conversion, prayer, and fasting before serious events unfold. And the visionary Mirjana, who holds the 10 secrets, has always conveyed immense seriousness, stating that we are in a time of grace, but that it is limited. But what if her plea for preparation was not only to avoid a catastrophe, but to ensure that you, I, and millions of faithful experience spiritual protection and a miracle of divine presence right in the midst of the chaos to come? Imagine the scene. Thousands of people apprehensive, waiting for a sign from heaven, and the incredible event doesn't happen in the sky, but rather in their hearts. A mass conversion so powerful that it instantly changes the destiny of many. This is the story of how faithfulness to Our Lady prepared us for an event so profound that it defied all human understanding of miracle. Before we delve into the details of this frightening and wonderful event, I want you to use this moment for spiritual preparation with us. Right now, here in the comments, the names of all the people and relatives who are in need of a special and urgent prayer. We will add each of these names to our main prayer with the rosary, asking that they too be ready for Our Lady's call. To understand what supposedly happened, it is necessary to first understand the weight that Medjugorje carries. It is not just a church, but an outpost, a hospital of the soul that has received thirsty pilgrims for decades, all with the awareness that the times of grace would not be infinite. The visionary Mirjana has made it clear on several occasions that the time given for complete conversion is running out, and the faith community has been living under this silent tension, waiting for the first of the secrets, which she will announce 3 days before its manifestation, to finally be fulfilled. The faithful who were there at the time of the event we are about to narrate were not merely praying out of routine. There was a palpable feeling of expectation that something grand, perhaps a test, was about to happen to the world, and the only shield they possessed was the rosary in their hands and penance. This pressure, this certainty of imminence, led many to a deeper introspection than usual, questioning whether their faith was merely a cloak or a real armor. And it was precisely in this state of mind of sincere seeking and even holy fear that Our Lady most supposedly intervened to prepare us. According to what has been transmitted through Mirjana, the Blessed Mother has always given us the recipe for salvation and spiritual preparation. Pray the Rosary with your heart, turn to the Eucharist, read the Bible, and fast rigorously. For many, these demands sound burdensome and are postponed for the future, but a specific group of faithful in that place decided to take this radical call seriously, seeking holiness without procrastination, living each day as if it were their last to settle accounts with God. This group, made up of families, young people, and the elderly from various parts of the world, spent weeks in a rigorous retreat of fasting on bread and water, living in profound spiritual solidarity, clearing away resentments, and seeking mutual forgiveness. They were responding to Our Lady's last and most vehement plea. My children, prayer and fasting can even stop wars, but they must be done with an open and surrendered heart. They understood that preparing to fulfill the messages would not be merely ritualistic, but a profound and radical life change, an inner reconstruction necessary so that divine intervention could be fully received. Then came the moment of a great nighttime gathering. Thousands of faithful were gathered around the hill of the apparition, hands raised, singing hymns and reciting the rosary in different languages, all under a sky heavy with expectation. The narrative describes that, around midnight, something incredibly subtle, yet devastatingly powerful, began to occur. There was no lightning, nor a clear, objective vision in the sky. What happened was an almost literal interruption of reality. The silence that followed the last Amen of a Mystery of the Rosary was not the normal silence of the night. It was a charged silence, where it seemed that time itself had stopped, and the breathing of all present harmonized. Many described feeling a sudden and intense fragrance of roses that did not exist there, followed by a wave of heat that was not physical, but that penetrated the soul, an overwhelming warmth of love. This was not the dreaded sign announcing the end of something, but rather the undeniable certainty that the Blessed Mother was there, totally present, immersing everyone in an aura of spiritual grace that sought to transform, not punish. And the great miracle was not that rocks moved or that diseases were cured, although these things are also recounted in Medjugorje. The incredible event that truly captivated everyone was a collective and instantaneous purification of the soul, proof that Our Lady had interceded directly so that her children would be ready. Many of the most devout pilgrims, those who had dedicated themselves to fasting and penance, suddenly fell to their knees, not in terror, but in a profound recognition of their own failings and sins. It was as if, at that instant, a beam of spiritual light had been revealed to them, and they had seen the true condition of their souls, but at the same time were flooded with total forgiveness, without weight, without accusation. Friends who had been feuding for years, relatives who avoided each other, and hearts that carried deep resentments, felt the barrier fall abruptly. The will to forgive and ask for forgiveness was irresistible, and many people were seen embracing, weeping with immense and liberating joy. This miracle, the rapid and massive conversion of intention, was the practical fulfillment of the Virgin's plea, who wanted hearts ready for the challenges to come. What the faithful understood in that moment of intense presence was that the fulfillment of Our Lady's messages, and the imminent arrival of the secrets, would not be an event to generate panic in those who had faith, but rather a moment of distinction. They realized that fasting, prayer, and penance served as a shield, not a physical shield against disasters, but a spiritual shield that allowed the presence of the Virgin Mary to protect them and prepare them internally for what was to come in the world. Their hearts were so cleansed by radical surrender that the supposed miracle was the ability to receive total peace, the grace of God that surpasses all understanding, at a time when doubt and fear could have prevailed. The final message was clear and moving. The Virgin Mary does not implore conversion to frighten us, but to empower us, transforming our fears into courage and our anxiety into unwavering confidence, demonstrating that the true power of the secrets lies in the faithful response we give before they manifest. The consequence of that night of presence was the true living testimony of what happened. The transformation was not merely a peak of emotion. The people who were there did not return home the same way, but rather with a profound peace and realized spiritual resolutions. Stories of marriages saved on the return flight, of forgiveness granted to old enemies through a simple phone call, and of confirmed religious vocations became the daily bread in the Medjugorje community. This event showed that when humanity responds earnestly to the Mother's call, divine intervention is not only possible, but immediate and all-encompassing, changing lives, destinies, and perhaps even the course of human history. The supposed presence of Our Lady and this inner miracle confirmed the central truth of Mirjana's message. We are in a decisive time, and true faith, demonstrated through heartfelt prayer and conversion, is the only foundation that remains firm when the ground beneath our feet seems to tremble. It's easy to look at this Medjugorje narrative and think that these interventions only happen in distant places, but the purpose of this story is to remind us that the call to conversion and the presence of Our Lady is daily and urgent, applicable to every moment of our routine. Just as those pilgrims had to let go of old grudges to receive full grace, we too are called to forgive that relative or friend, to let go of that gossip or judgment that steals our peace. We cannot wait for a miraculous event on a hill in Bosnia to begin seeking peace in our hearts, to have more faith in small trials, and to convert from attitudes that distance us from God. Daily preaching and the practice of charity are our response to fulfilling Our Lady's messages, the guarantee that we are always in a state of grace. Fasting and the Rosary are our protection to ensure that, when the uncertainties of the world intensify, we have the divine presence within us. Therefore, reinforce your intention. Comment again below with the names of all the people who need prayer so that together we can include them in the strength of today's Rosary. This story raises an important reflection. If the fulfillment of prophecies and miracles are directly linked to our willingness to listen to and obey the Blessed Mother, what have you done in your life to prepare yourself? Does the idea that the crucial event is not a light show, but rather the sudden and profound conversion of our own soul, resonate with you as God's most logical answer? What do you think about the idea that Our Lady is giving us tools, the Rosary, fasting, to shield us internally before any global event? Leave your opinion in the comments on how the story of the preparation in Medjugorje can help us live our faith today. The true message, as seen, is not the fear of what is to come, but rather the certainty that the Mother is with us, imploring our response of love. Prepare yourself, pray with your heart, and seek conversion today. If this story has ignited your faith and hope, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with all your prayer groups so that more people can feel inspired, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming narratives about faith and curious events that strengthen our belief. May Our Lady intercede for you and your family. Peace be with you.